Hi, welcome along to Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with all the players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to the Arsenal. And guess who's back? Gonzalo Higuain is back on the Arsenal radar. We're being told that Gonzalo Higuain has rejected a contract extension, and this news has been leaked out by his brother, who's also his agent. Napoli apparently offered Gonzalo Higuain a contract extension, and his current contract actually expires in 2018. But his brother's come out and said that, listen, we've rejected that contract. It's no different to the current contract. We don't feel a need to extend it. He hasn't come out and said that, they're looking to leave or anything. Indeed, in the past, he said, listen, we're happy here at Napoli. However, that does raise eyebrows, and it does alert all those clubs that are interested in signing Higuain. As I said, contract still quite a long one, expires in 2018. He's currently 27 years of age. And as I said previously, he said he's happy to stay. Also, the club have said that, he's unsellable. They're not selling him. But that does definitely make you think to yourself, is there a chance, of him moving? Because, why is he not? If he's that happy, you'd sign an extension. Or is it that he's just looking at it and thinking to himself, well, listen, the extension doesn't really benefit me financially. So why am I doing that? It's only going to benefit the club. It's only going to mean that my chances of getting a move, the price goes sky high because I'm on such a long contract. I don't want no added security. 2018 is enough. I want to be moving on. Whether it's going to be this year or next year, but it does alert things. Should Arsenal go out there and make a bid for Higuain? Because, we're talking about world-class strikers. He is in that category, just about, but he is in that category. If the Benzema deal gets tough and looks like that's not going to happen, is Higuain a very, very good alternative? We'll have to wait and see on that one, but he is, well, I wouldn't say available, but, that does definitely raise eyebrows and gets the hawk swooping again, and possibility of Higuain again becomes, a possibility out there, because it just doesn't sound right, does it? I mean, if he's that happy, take the security extended contract. So let's see what happens with that one over the coming month up to transfer deadline day. Alessio Rodman, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Please, an Italian fan out there, put me right on that. I think it's Romagnoli, I think, right? But anyway, he's a 20-year-old. We've spoken about him before. 20-year-old centre-back in the Italian under-21 team. Plays for Roma. A very, very talented centre-back. And we know that Arsenal are very interested in him. They have been looking at him. That is definite. He's failed to agree terms on a move to AC Milan. AC Milan were interested in him. They're offering 20 million, which is a lot. And that has fallen through because Romagnoli has failed to agree terms with them, which puts Arsenal back in the frame. Are Arsenal after another centre-back, or are Arsenal just looking at it? Because I think Arsenal do sort of take the view sometimes with players that, listen, it's just too good to turn down. He's just too good a player. And this guy is, a real prospect. I mean, we see the sort of money that John Stones in England at the moment, who's like our top prospect as a young centre-back. We see the sort of money being quoted for him, £30 million plus. So if you could get this guy for, say, 20, 22 million, again, he's a top prospect, top centre-back. I mean, it might be a good deal for Arsenal, but definitely chance of getting him is definitely back, and he's definitely back on the Arsenal radar. Karim Benzema, we talk about him every single day. Karim Benzema, will he, won't he, will he, won't he, won't he, will he? We just don't know at the moment. It's intriguing every single day with Benzema. The rumours today, two sets of rumours. First of all, he's been left out of the Real Madrid squad for the Audi Cup. with a thigh injury, or, you know, mystery thigh injury, as a lot of people are speculating. So, of course, this has obviously fueled speculation. Oh, are they leaving him out because they're trying to protect him from injuries, because they're thinking about selling him? That's rumor number one. However, Rafa Benitez played down a lot of the speculation yesterday. He was asked about Benzema, and these are his quotes. He said, "I think Benzema is going to stay with us. I think." That, I don't know if that's lost in translation, but if you know someone's going to stay with you, you just say, Karim Benzema is going to stay with us. He ain't going nowhere. But I think that leaves, I mean, I know I'm playing with words here. That just does leave it a little open, doesn't it, when you say, I think. And he also does go on to say, I'm very happy with him. There's no reason to think he's going to go. That word again, think. Right? Am I looking too much into that word? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it could be lost in translation. Remember, Rafa Benitez is Spanish. Probably he could even have been speaking in Spanish. But why say I think? You just say he's staying. He ain't going nowhere. Listen, move on, move on. He's definitely staying. He ain't going nowhere. But when you say, I think he's staying, I don't know. I don't know. As I said, it could just be a lost in translation thing, because Rafa Benitez is Spanish, although he does know the English language very well. Let's not forget, he was at Liverpool for a very long time. His family was apparently still live in Merseyside. Now, listen, so he does know the English language. But to say, I think, that still leaves a little doubt there. And as I've said before, we heard it with the Ozil rumours. It was being denied by Real Madrid. It was being denied by Ozil. It was being denied by his team, and he still ended up at Arsenal. So I still don't think that this is completely dead. I still think Real Madrid are pondering it. It's still more than likely to, if I'm being 100% honest, it's still more than likely that he'll stay at Real Madrid, because it's just that they haven't got those options out there. The usual Galactico that they can go out there and sign and then move, you know, move Benzema on. But it's, I don't know, it's still speculation's still there, and it's still going to rumble on with this one until, say, Benzema, I don't know, if he signs a contract extension or somebody just comes out, maybe the president or someone says, listen, don't talk about it no more. He is not going anywhere. And then we can just all forget about it. Now, this next rumor, speculation flying. Alexis Sanchez spotted in Paris, about to join PSG. Actually, no, that's not true. That is not true. Alexis Sanchez is not about to join PSG. That was just him taking a selfie in front of the Eiffel Tower. Alexis Sanchez now back in England, back in training, and we're being told that he is so eager to get going again, and we're looking forward to getting him back in the team. He's not going to be playing in the first game against West Ham, but I've been told that there's a possibility that he will be back for the game against Crystal Palace. So that's very exciting for the fans. But no, you know, I know some of you might have spat your coffee or your tea out there when I was just saying that. It's just a little joke. Alexis Sanchez is going nowhere, and we're not thinking about it. That's a definite. He's not going anywhere at all. We're all looking forward to seeing Alexis back. And you know what? Talking about selfies, what made me, well, I say laugh. I was very pleased to see what Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming out, hitting back at Roy Keane's ridiculous talk about, yeah, Arsenal players are too obsessed with selfies and six-packs and hairstyles. Well, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's got a very nice hairstyle there. He's taking a selfie, yes. But you know what? As well as that, he did score the goal in the Community Shield final, which they did win. You know, these same guys that are taking selfies, etc., are winning things, did win the FA Cup. And like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain said he thinks Roy Keane is very out of touch with modern day football, which I very much agree with. He is completely out of touch. You know, the guy's a dinosaur, really. he really comes across as a miserable old man. You know, he looks like an old man, he's not an old man. Remember Roy Keane, he's still in his 40s, but he looks like an old man, thinks like an old man, behaves like an old man. And, you know, football has changed. You know, a player takes a selfie doesn't mean he's serious about his game. You know what I mean? Look how many selfies Neymar takes. Look how many selfies Cristiano Ronaldo takes, who used to be his teammate. But these guys are deadly serious about winning and about achieving. So what a load of old codswallop that Roy Keane came out with. And I'm glad that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has hit back with that and said that, listen, basically the Arsenal team, they're very, very serious about winning things. They're very, very serious about challenging for the leagues and for cups and that. And it's got nothing to do with seeing somebody's six-pack. You know what I mean? It's, oh, come on. Get a life, Roy Keane. Get a life. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Right, let's get into some of your comments, starting off this one with Nidas. He said, everybody's saying that we need a CDM. We don't. I don't know why everyone doesn't understand that we've got Coquelin. He's excellent. He's going to be great. And he also goes on to say, Arteta as a backup is not too bad. So all we need is a striker. Ahmed Mahmood says, I'm not sure about these Benzema rumours, to be honest. He said it smells of Khedira last year and Higuain the year before that. Well, Higuain, actually, remember, we could have had Higuain. That was down to Arsenal not being aggressive enough in the transfer market and letting Higuain slip and end up at Napoli. But he did. Higuain want to come to Arsenal. He said, I think we'll either stick with what we've got or buy a decent but not world-class striker on deadline day. Although really to win the league, we need to sign up a world-class striker and another CDM. Who is that other world-class striker? Is it Higuain? Should we go all out for him? There's a little bit of doubt over there. Should we go all out for Higuain? We get into now Guy Lim, who says Arsenal have really improved and deserved their win in the Community Shield. I believe they will challenge for the title. However, there's no way that they're as equally as good as Chelsea, he says. Now, come on. I'm sorry. I believe we are. I believe there's not. Listen, Chelsea have got Hazard, but we've got Alexis Sanchez. We're matching them in those areas. I'd say probably defensively, Chelsea have the edge. Defensively, Chelsea have the edge. It's not far, but they have the edge defensively. Goalkeeper-wise, I prefer Czech, right? Midfield-wise, I think our midfield is better than Chelsea's midfield. Striker-wise, right, you give Costa the edge over Giroud. But I think you've got two evenly matched teams. And if you look throughout the whole squad, if you look at the backup that then comes in after for the players that say started the match on Saturday, I think our squad is just as good as Chelsea's, and we can definitely challenge for the title with that squad. Shushmiate Mudhavan, he says, just stop these sell Arteta comments already. He says, kids, he said, there's more to a football club than edge of the seat excitement, inducing world-class players, head chemistry, role-playing, experience, hierarchy, mental strength, ball distribution. Arteta will still walk into any club other than the top 12 clubs in the world. Arteta can still do a job. Definitely, to me, I think people have been really, really discounting Arteta. Don't get me wrong. I would love us to buy another defensive midfielder. But I think if Coquelin's out for a couple of games, Arteta can more than cover it. If he's out long-term now, I understand people's anxiety. And that's where I would say that, you know, we should go all out and try. I still think Wanyama would be brilliant, you know. Stud Malexi says, Wenger is a world-class troll. Laugh out loud. He is, Wenger. The handshake thing. It's interesting that today all the managers of all the Premier League clubs, they meet up. They do this every year where they all meet up just before the season starts and they have a discussion about, you know, the coming season, behaviour of players, behaviour of the... They've got to talk about behaviour of managers. Wenger's been getting a lot of stick for not shaking his hand. I told you how our guys think about it yesterday, and what I think about it yesterday. I liked it. I liked it. What are you shaking his hand for? This guy's always disrespecting you. And you know what? This guy here goes on to make a great point. Where is he? JPB 3000. He said, Jose was just being antagonistic. What manager has ever waited at the bottom of the stairs congratulating the opposition? He was playing up to the media and was trying to take the heat away from his own team and their plastic fans and plastic club, he says. And I agree with that guy. He was. When have you ever seen Mourinho waiting to shake? I mean, it's the Community Shield. We haven't just won the Champions League. We haven't just won the FA Cup. It's the Community Shield. He was trying to make a little statement, like almost like when you just tap a little kid on the head and say, yeah, well done, mate. He's waiting down the bottom of the stairs, congratulating everyone as if to say, yeah, all right, you beat us one time. Get lost, Mourinho. Go away. We're not interested. You know, I mean, I was glad that Wenger, because Wenger saw what Mourinho was up to and just said, I'm not in that. And he just walked past him and ignored him. And I like that. You know, I mean, listen, it's not a great example to set. I suppose with fans watching around the world, we should shake hands in the heat of battle. But I just felt that Mourinho's motives behind waiting for that handshake or doing what he was doing had nothing to do with how you genuinely shake somebody's hand. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do about him. It had everything to do with his mind games and embarrassment. And Wenger just read it like a book and just said, mate, stay where you are, and just walked straight past him. And I think he was right to do that. It adds spice to the upcoming Premier League. It's going to be a great Premier League. Looking forward to this weekend's game against West Ham. Don't forget, we're going to be down there. And you know what, as well, just to let you guys know, we're doing an interview tonight with the king, Thierry Henry. We're doing an interview with Thierry Henry tonight. If you guys have got any questions that you'd like me to put to Thierry Henry, leave them in the comments, and I'll try and see if I can, you know, even get a couple of those questions that you put, and I'll you know, I'll credit you, guy, whoever's given me that comment. But Thierry Henry, interviewing him tonight, so really looking forward to that. And don't forget the Aaron Ramsey boot competition. If you haven't entered that yet, make sure you get your entrance in. Go to that video with the Aaron Ramsey Vasaro boots. Going to be announcing the winner of that competition in the next couple of days. All right, so the Aaron Ramsey boots. If you haven't yet entered to win those New Balance Vasaro boots, get along to that video. Leave your comment. What's your favorite ever Aaron Ramsey moment? I know what my one is. All right, put it in the comments. Best one's going to win yourself a pair of Vasaro boots. Thanks for watching today. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow with another AFTV Transfer Daily.